Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Come On Shine, and today I'm going to deal with a very important play by Christopher Marlowe, that is Edward II. So I hope you like this play, because I told in my previous video that I'm going to deal with Christopher Marlowe nowadays, and so here is the second play by Christopher Marlowe. I've already made videos on Dr. Faustus, that is also very important, and Jew of Malta, that is also very important, and this is Edward II. It is also the same important, okay? So let's get started with the play. So the full title of Edward II is The Troublesome Reign and Lamentable Death of Edward II, King of England, with the tragic fall of proud Mortimer. It was written in early 1590s and published in 1593 in Elizabethan period by Christopher Marlowe, as I told before. And there are several important themes, that is death, politics, and friendship. And I want you guys to find these themes when I narrate the play, okay? Let's get started with the play. Actually, the play begins with a letter written by the England newly made King Edward II to his banished friend Piers Gaveston. Actually, this Piers Gaveston was banished to his native place, France, by Edward I, father of Edward II, okay? Edward I, who is recently died. In that letter, Edward II is again calling his friend cum lover Gaveston to England because his father is now dead and he can easily spend time with Gaveston, okay? But younger Mortimer and other nobles of the court didn't want Gaveston to again come to England. But as kings ordered, they had to follow and welcome Gaveston. Then Gaveston reached to England in the court, and Edward II and Gaveston hugged each other. And with this, Edward II also made Gaveston to Earl of Cornwall. Then enters the villain in the play, Bishop of Coventry, who suggested Edward I in the past, who suggested Edward I to banish Gaveston. And now, for taking revenge, Gaveston seized the property of Bishop of Coventry with the help of Edward II and also imprisoned him. And there, Edward II started ignoring his wife also. His wife was Isabella. So Edward II, he was very much involved with Gaveston, so he started ignoring Isabella. And Isabella is the sister of France's king and wife of Edward II. Then important nobles at the court, like Bishop of Canterbury, younger Mortimer, elder Mortimer, Earl of Warwick, Earl of Lancaster, planned to again banish Gaveston. And they started blackmailing Edward II that he has to send Gaveston or they will kill him. Then Edward II had to follow them and banished Gaveston unwillingly. And after a few days, Edward started blackmailing his wife Isabella to convince nobles to again bring Gaveston to England. Means first Edward II followed the nobles that he sent Gaveston to France, but after a few days, Edward started blackmailing his wife Isabella to convince nobles to again bring Gaveston to England. Otherwise, he won't talk to her. And actually, Isabella wanted to make her son Edward II to sit on the throne of England. And Edward II chose Isabella because he knew somewhere that younger Mortimer loves Isabella. So he won't reject her appeal, her proposal. And younger Mortimer did the same. He convinced the other nobles and Gaveston came back to England again. And elder Mortimer, who was the uncle of younger Mortimer, went to Scotland to lead the army. But there Scots abducted him and started asking money to release him. Means elder Mortimer was abducted by the Scots, okay? And they were asking money to release him. And their younger Mortimer went to Edward II to ask money to help him to release elder Mortimer. But here Edward II refused to give money that served as the tragic flaw for Edward II. By this reaction of Edward II, all nobles, including Earl of Kent, who was the brother of Edward II, started planning against Edward and Gaveston. And one day they attacked on the court and caught Gaveston. Actually, they wanted to execute Gaveston, but Edward requested to nobles to let him watch Gaveston for the last time. Nobles were agreed to do so, but Earl of Warwick decided in his mind to kill Gaveston before Before Edward II would meet Gaveston, he wanted to kill Gaveston. And he killed Gaveston. He actually did it. And after this scene, Edward decided to battle against all nobles. He firstly killed Earl of Warwick because he killed Gaveston and imprisoned the rest of the nobles, but younger Mortimer and Earl of Kent ran away to France, and Isabella, who moved to France to her brother also. And after few days or months, as Isabella has to make Edward III to sit on the throne, means younger Mortimer, Earl of Kent, and Isabella also involved in this. They attacked on Edward II and they killed the soldiers and imprisoned Edward II and kept Earl of Leicester to keep an eye on Edward II in the prison. Soon Earl of Leicester, feeling sympathy for his king, and Earl of Kent also wanted to see Edward II. By watching this, younger Mortimer hired two men, Gurney and Maltravers, to torture Edward II. And they literally tortured him a lot. They tortured him very much. Means they even poured toilet water on him. And guys, this torturing section is very important. I'll suggest it out. And then younger Mortimer started setting Edward III for the crown. And as Edward III was young, so younger Mortimer can deal the throne. Okay? Younger Mortimer made a plan that I will just settle Edward III for the crown and I will deal the throne. Okay? And this time, younger Mortimer has Isabella also. But in spite of that, younger Mortimer wanted to secure his position. So he decided to kill Edward II. Younger Mortimer decided to kill Edward II. So for killing Edward II, he hired a person named Lightborn. And he killed him in a very harsh way. Means Edward II was very weak this time. Guys, I'm again and again calling Edward II because here Edward III also. So I don't want you to be confused, okay? That's why I'm calling Edward II again and again. So Edward II was very weak. This put on a stool on him. Lightborn put a stool on him and jumped on that stool until he died. He was died. Oh my God. Though the death is very heart-rending, but the play didn't end here. And after the death of Edward II, younger Mortimer ordered to execute Earl of Kent also, because he was showing so much sympathy for Edward II. But the game changed when Prince Edward III declined to execute Earl of Kent. Instead, Prince Edward announced to execute younger Mortimer for the death of his father Edward II. And after execution, he took Mortimer's head and reached to his father's grave to prove that today he took revenge of the death of his father. And Edward III also threw his mother to the tower because she also involved in this. And the play ends here itself. I hope you guys liked this play very much. So if you liked it, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon. Bye. Keep loving literature.